After 2 rounds in the US, the ELMS underwent a name change and became the European Le Mans Series for 3 races, and the last of them brings us to the Nürburgring in Germany. 3 weeks after Le Mans, it's get your own back time for everyone else on this grid. The R8s added a 1-2-3 whitewash at Le Mans to their series opening victory at Sebring back in March. Strategy is not a word we're going to be using a great deal during the course of this next 6 hours if the rain does come down. Audis side by side as they come round the corner, waiting for the green, and it's go. They're on their way, pouring down towards the first corner, side by side. Magnussen on the left of your picture has grabbed the lead. Magnussen boring through, that was a BMW in front. Gunon all over the place, Magnussen dropping into second place. As you can see, coming up on the Cunningham BMW M3 prototype technology with JJ under intense pressure. Oh, look at that! Finds a tiny gap and dives through it. A little bit of BMW assistance to the Audi there by the look of it, because it just looked as if that gap grew and through and did a Capello. Well, he didn't need to be asked twice. He saw the opening there and he shot through it. Well, now it's Panos, Audi, BMW is the running order. It's Magnussen up front, Biela is second, and McNish is so dangerously positioned in the middle of the racetrack, and that's Gunon. He's had a spin as well. Gunon stabbing the button, trying to get going, but he's beached. He's waving to the marshals. At least I think that's what he's saying. If it wasn't what he's saying, then it's better not to ask. He backed it into the wall a while ago. He lost a few laps in the pits. It's back out. Riding with it now, and you can see conditions still conspire to make life difficult for this car, and just as Audi's number 77 seems to be bearing the brunt of all their problems today, so this car seems to be bearing the brunt of all of BMW's problems as well. We think that Gunon had a problem with it early on, don't know what it was or if it ever went away. It may well be that they've been struggling since the beginning of the race. Grabbed the lead right at the start, remember, lost it almost, and now is the time that Muller needs to push these couple of laps while Magnussen's still getting himself bedded into the car and getting everything comfortable around him. Now is when Muller needs 2 or 3 154s, and if he can do that, he can hold Magnussen, and he might well have race victory here at the Nürburgring in the bag. You can tell it's the Nürburgring on account of the weather. You can't see very much rain, low cloud, and spray in all directions. Huge rooster tails of spray from these cars. Nobody following in a wallet tyre with an engine problem, and behind you can see that number 31 Cadillac of Manuel Collard. It went into the pits with the electrical problem. They may have fixed the electrical problem, but obviously the headlamps are broken because he can't stop them flashing. I think that's what it is. Either that or he wants the Porsche out of his way in a big hurry. They were third, they were looking good for a result here in Germany. They're not looking quite so clever for that now. So Collard obviously in a hurry and passes the Porsche in these conditions. It fell right for them every step of the way, and they have now claimed a victory ahead of points leaders Leto and Muller in the BMW. And Audi get a 3rd place consolation prize. Panos pick up 4th place as well. Cadillac get a 5th, and then it's 53 coming home in 6th place. That's a good result, a good overall position. There's the rest of the positions right the way down through the field, and you can see the class winners as well as we go through there. We'll pick those out for you individually in just a moment, but Panos still celebrating in pit lane a famous victory, a difficult victory. Anyone who's finished this race really can award themselves a medal, because it has been one of the hardest races in endurance racing for quite some time in those conditions, and the fans, you can forgive them for leaving as soon as the checkered flag has dropped. Some of them in the grandstands are staying on, but everybody in the pit lane making their way up to have a look at the podium. There is the GT result, and it was Dick Barber who gets it. The Australians did well in 2nd place, and what a good result for Aspen Knowles for Shane Lewis in particular. Big shunt at Le Mans, come back and be on the podium here in a terrible race at the Nürburgring weather-wise, and first BMW coming home in 4th place. So celebrations, it's champagne time up here on the podium, and when that happens, he's going to be an obvious target. And that hole isn't big enough, Don. Run away, because they're celebrating that first win, which really came off the line.